section. Guys, I want you to welcome to the stage now Colin McFarlane.
Yes, I've done a lot of films and TV and theatre, and I direct and I produce. I do many different things. So I suppose in the beginning of it would have been, I studied drama at Loughborough University because I knew I wanted to act. I then did lots of theatre probably initially, then did little bits of TV, and then I started to produce and direct theatre, then I did more TV. So I got diagnosed with prostate cancer in December 2022. And I knew a lot about it because a friend of mine was an actor, and he said to me, Colin, when you get above 50, you really need to get a PSA blood test. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, it's a little test, it's double the risk if you're black, you should really, and I was like, what? But I read a lot about it, and everything kept saying, oh, they're inaccurate, and there's not really a test that tells you. And then I'm looking at what women are having done, and I'm going, they're having breast screening, and that seems to be more, why is ours not accurate? So I'm reading around it and thought, well, I'll leave it for a bit. I was about 48. I think I started testing when I was 52, and I was having a test every year for about 6 years. Ultimately, having read around it, it seemed to be the only thing you could do. And then when I realized that a lot of men were getting it without even realizing they had it, and I thought, okay, if this is some kind of test that is going to give you a chance, I'll take it. So I did it for about 6 years, and then I didn't really know about this number going up and going down. Everybody who knows about prostate cancer knows about the PSA test, the number that goes up is an issue. The biopsy, fortunately, the nurse clinician that had to do this procedure on me, she said, Colin, I'm not a man, so I can't describe exactly how the pain is, but she said, imagine a staple gun. Because do you know where your prostate is? Most people don't. So between your butt and your balls, frankly, the perineal area, that's where your prostate is. It's about this big. And I remember her saying, imagine this, she said, imagine a staple gun doing that. That's what happens every time they take a sample from your prostate. Unfortunately, now, you're in the most undignified position in the world. You have your legs up in stirrups, right? So your legs are up like this, you got a little tunic over the top. And I had these two nurses, and one of them knew Batman, and one of them was a fan of it. I did a game show. Hope you remember the game show, The Cube, with Philip Schofield? Yes. I'm the voice of The Cube, right? So we were busy joking about that, and I was going, you have one life remaining. And we were coming up with any joke.
You're a comedian as well. You're in this position, you've got one life remaining.
Contestant defeated. As this thing's going, and you're going, oh! So I was like, seriously, I almost hyperventilated because it was, in fact, I found the staple gun pain was not as bad for me as the ultrasound they have to put up your butt. So they're going to shove that up your butt to see where your prostate is to then be able to accurately do the samples. So anyway, I went through all of that. It wasn't a lot of fun. And then they said, look, you can now go and get changed again, but we just have to tell you something else. And I'm like, men don't get told this stuff. So I said, what's the something else? Well, your penis is a tool that has to be exercised. So now that you've had this procedure, you do need to either have sex or masturbate because you've got to use it. And he went, fine, but when you use it, we just need to warn you that we've taken samples from your prostate, so it won't be white when it comes out. It'll be red. Let me tell you, it's like being in your own horror movie. If you meet anybody who's got any kind of window issues, by the way, contact Blaze and contact me, because we have a lawyer, we do completely free support, we don't charge, don't take a penny. We don't take a penny supporting you, we don't take a penny from the commission.
Guys, listen, I need to let Colin go. We've got other special speakers today. Guys, one more time, put your hands together for Colin McFarlane, aka Commissioner in Batman. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you now to welcome Dr. John Licorice, who I often refer to as my brother. He's going to come and have some conversations with you now. So can you put your hands together for Dr. John Licorice?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Blaze. Colin, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
The issue you made about GPs and diagnosis is quite clear, yeah? The guy that speaks, it fudges it, talks to something about you need to have a conversation. So unfortunately it puts an onus on us, and that is that when you go to your GP, you're 45, kindly request your PSA. We need to get involved in research. Correct. I'll continue to say that. People will tell me, well, I don't trust them. Well, unfortunately, all the decisions in the NHS are made on the basis of research. If you only do research on white people, therefore, treatments will reflect the people that research is done on. Therefore, it's the most important thing that we can do is to get involved in research. The counter argument is, well, I don't want to be a guinea pig. Well, trust me, you get better treatment when you're under research or trial than you get otherwise. So never let that be an issue. How many men here have a GP? Hands up. It's a fair amount. How many have seen a GP within the past year? It's a fair amount. So yeah, that's how you access most forms of care. Yeah. So it's really important that and don't just see the GP when you're ill, because that's what we need to do, or we can't get CGP, go straight to A&E. Yeah. That's never what you want to be doing it. If you're going to A&E, you need to be going to A&E when you're sick, not to be diagnosed with conditions that you should have been picked up earlier. So again, you're quite right, and these are the conversations we need to have, yeah? Get a GP, go and see a GP. If you're not happy with your GP, change your GP.